The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video.
Come on, boys, get loud. 'Cause when the music starts bumping, the whole place will be jumping. It's my scene, my scene. You know what I mean. It's my scene, you know what
Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Harriyanna and welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harry Hook's pirate ship. I am the captain. You were not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why? Come here. I let everyone in on a little secret when they come over to this channel. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Harriyanna and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find in those spaces. Now today we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna gossip and do our makeup. And you want to know what we're gonna gossip about? We're gonna gossip about the amazing world of gumball. Yes, you guys have sent me your unpopular opinions, and I noticed that a lot of y'all were saying a lot of the same stuff, so I kind of like condensed it down to like 5, 6, or 7 like questions and topics that we're going to discuss. But also, like I said, we're gonna be doing our makeup today because I will be attending Black Writers Weekend, also known as Creative Con. I cannot wait to go. But here's the deal about me. This isn't one of like those really nerdy cons where you get to like dress up and cosplay as everything, and nobody told me that I can't not cosplay, so I'm gonna cosplay, but I'm gonna do more of my little normal cosplay and not my extravagant like anime cosplays and whatnot. So I decided that I do want to do Chrissy Cunningham from Stranger Things. She's actually my favorite female Stranger Things character now. Her and Max are, but I don't know how I'm gonna do my makeup because this is the look that we're going for, because I don't really wear makeup like that, by the way, y'all, unless it's like for cosplay or for work. And this is like Chrissy's look, and Grace Van Dien is gorgeous, but I'm just like, that's not gonna be cute on me. Like, as you guys see, she's very white and pale, and that's just not me. Like, I look the complete opposite of that, and because of that, they did what looks good on her, but that's not gonna be cute on me. So we're just gonna sit here and figure out a look for Harry to wear when she dresses up as Chrissy Cunningham. Also, while we gossip about the amazing world of gumball, because y'all have so many hot takes, and y'all know when it comes to like Cartoon Network shows from that era, everybody is either regular show, they be like regular show or Adventure Time or Steven Universe, and I'm like, I am the amazing world of gumball hive. I love this show so much, but I have so many hot opinions, hot takes when it comes to this series, and I want to talk about them. But before we get started, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that we're going to do when it comes to washing our face, hold on, we're missing something. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So the first thing that you always need to do when you're doing makeup, I'm over here talking to y'all like I'm a beauty guru. I am not. I barely know how to do makeup. So the first thing that we're gonna do when it comes to makeup is that we're gonna wash our face. So let's go ahead and get that started. I have my CeraVe facial cleanser right here, and then also to moisturize my face right after, I have Cetaphil daily moisturizer, and this also has been helping me a lot during the summer because your girl be hot and your girl attracts the heat easily to her face. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my ladybug bonnet on to get my hair out of my face. They are officially back in stock, y'all, by the way. harriyannahook.com. Use code HOTSPOT30 for 30% off. And here we go. Let's wash our face. Honestly, my eczema's bad, so we're just gonna rub that all around there. But now I don't have enough to put on my face, so we're gonna get a little bit more of that. Okay, so as the moisturizer sinks in, I'm gonna sit here and talk to you guys a little bit about something that I wanted to talk about Y'all already know, if you've been following me, you know that one thing about me is that I like to pick out fragrances and whatnot for my favorite fictional characters. And since we're going to be talking about Chrissy Cunningham, even though this isn't really a Stranger Things video, this is a video about Gumball, I do want to briefly mention a scent that I do think that she would like, and that is floral marshmallow. Y'all, I honestly, like, when it comes to Chrissy's character, I get like really nice, sweet and bubbly vibes. Very full of life person, even though we know she has like a lot going on internally. She doesn't really want people to know that about her. This right here, I was like, marshmallow, how do I feel about that as a scent? But it works because it has notes of amber and musk and then orange blossom and honeysuckle, and it just smells so freaking nice. It just smells so nice. I love it. It's so cute. And this is the scent that I have decided that I want to wear when I do wear my Chrissy cosplay, because y'all know my go-to Dossier fragrance, mainly because it reminds me of, like, you know, strong female characters that don't take no mess from nobody. Y'all know it reminds me a lot of my good sis, one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, Natalie Sonaker. And I just love it so much because I didn't really know how I would feel about an almond scent, but then it's like almonds and nuts mixed with like vanilla and cocoa. And vanilla, usually when it's a base scent, is a scent that I really like. And while this has become my go-to everyday scent, and I do play a lot with my fragrances, Fruity Almonds become my go-to, but on the sake of me doing my Chrissy cosplay, I don't think it would work well with this. I don't know y'all, but I'm very particular about my cosplays. Like, I have to do stuff down to how I think the character would smell. Like, yeah, I'm fun like that. But yeah, I think Chrissy will wear a floral marshmallow, but we're gonna be talking about a character named Nicole Watterson a lot. And both of these products are by Dossier. And then I have two more fragrances out here that I think not Nicole Watterson would wear, but like I think she would be a fruity almond kind of girl. But then also I don't really get fruity from Nicole. Like, if it's a little too fruity, that's not for her. So I have a better alternative for her, the one I think that she would wear when she goes to work at the Rainbow Factory, and that is amber cedarwood. That seems to fit Nicole a little bit more, as she is a mother. And you know, I know a lot of older women don't really like to wear like fruity scents and things like this, but this one is like mandarin and it does have orange blossom in it, but it has, you know, middle notes of jasmine, sandalwood and cedarwood, and then amber and vanilla in the base notes. It's cute. Like, it's not, because I wasn't sure how I feel about woodsy scents, because I don't know, but this really does give more of a mature scent, and this really does feel like something that she would enjoy. And then also, like I mentioned, I don't think Nicole will be a person that wants to wear like an overly fruity scent, but sometimes she would. And this one here is Fruity Neroli, and it does have cedarwood in here, as this one is amber cedarwood. The base note in this one is cedarwood. It does have notes of musk and vanilla, but it does have orange blossom, that jasmine in there. But the top is neroli and bergamot, and I'm not really that big on bergamot, but the neroli makes it balance out, and then, you know, the base notes just as well. And this is actually the scent I wore with Maddie Perez. Like, this is what I wore the day I wore my Maddie cosplay. Now, I got all of these scents right here from Dossier, and that is how I was able to afford all of them, because Dossier, let me tell you, perfume is not cheap if it's not coming from Dossier. Perfume be expensive, and as somebody that likes to dress up all the time, I like to wear perfumes on how certain characters would be, and I don't always cosplay as the same people, so I'm gonna want different kinds of fragrances. Dossier does give me the option to do that, especially with the kind of budget that I am on. Y'all, I am a college student, all right? I love Dossier. It's literally one of my favorite things that I have discovered this year. If you guys are interested in any of these products, I will have the links to them down below. I will also have a code down there for you just as well. All right, let's go ahead and get into the roast, the gossip of the Amazing World of Gumball. Now, let's go ahead and just get my phone out. I think we're just gonna go ahead and talk about like the big obvious elephant in the room when it comes to this series. And a lot of y'all have beef with Nicole and Richard's marriage, and I do too. Like, I actually made an entire video about how it like pisses me off, but how it makes me like really upset. But like, Richard is like terrible to Nicole, okay? Like, it makes I remember it was one particular scene that where Richard really made me angry. Was that, you know how Richard doesn't have a job and Nicole's the one that's like holding it down for the family. He literally like took her credit card and he literally like went to the ATM machine and just like took a whole bunch of money out. And he was like, it ain't my money, it ain't that deep. And I was just like, I don't understand how Nicole was able to, I can't, like, you letting this man take up all your money. Now, these are my two shades. This is like my winter shade and this is my summertime shade. I've been out in the sun a lot lately, as y'all see. This is not me no more. I have been out in the sun a lot lately, so I think we're just gonna, I don't wanna mix, I don't know, but we're just basically testing this out to figure out how I'm gonna look on Chrissy Day. So when it comes to, a lot of y'all asking questions about how do I get like my skin so clear. I eat like a lot of foods like that have like vitamin C in them. I eat like a lot of greens, but I also eat like a lot of oranges and a lot of mangoes just as well. I really feel like my diet has so much to do with why my skin looks the way it is. But also I don't really wear makeup like that either, and I think that could contribute to it too, why I don't really like have a lot of like breakouts and whatnot. I don't know, like I don't know. I feel like I can't really give out skincare advice because who am I to do that, because everyone's skin is different. But a lot of people do ask me how does my skin glow so much, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have really high vitamin C in my diet. All right. No, I think this is like not working. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work right now because this is just us trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Now, it's the one episode where we actually find out how Nicole and Richard got together. And I'm gonna be real, I don't like, that episode pisses me. That episode honestly really upsets me because while we do see that like all the like, because it was like there would have been other options for if Nicole ended up getting with a different man, like if she ended up marrying a different man. I remember one in particular had wore her down about her look so much that she ended up getting like a lot of work done, and then she ended up, you know, messing up the world, and then all of them just kind of like led in destruction. And I was just like, oh, okay. So it was interesting to see how like those other marriages would have went. Okay, she's orange. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out, y'all. We're gonna work it out. I think I might need to mix it. Oh, okay. So that episode in particular kind of annoyed me, but it doesn't annoy me as much as another entire episode with this series. But that episode was just kind of frustrating to deal with because while we saw that like all the other relationships that she would have been in if she got with another man, or she just stayed by herself and didn't bother like having like kids or getting married or anything. And I don't like that part of the episode either, because I was just like, there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with not like, you know, marrying someone or being with somebody or something like that. I didn't like that because that just kind of went to show you that you can't be happy by yourself. But you know, yeah, I may be thinking too deep about it. I don't really care. This is just my thoughts and opinions about this. You don't have to agree. But when it comes to that, I don't like how it was like, you know, the scene was really sad because we saw that Nicole has, you know, a word that ends with E, parents. Her parents are honestly really terrible to her. They hold her to such high expectations. They even, her first name is actually Doctor. Like Dr. Nicole Watterson, because they wanted her to like get her doctorate and all that. Like, when it comes to that aspect of it, it's like, yeah, I can see why she like I didn't really say ran away with Richard, but why she like stayed with him, because her parents didn't approve of him, and I kind of get that, but then also she loved him. But at the time period of when she fell in love with Richard, it didn't really bother me. But it's what happened after that that upset me, because we saw how Nicole, like, you know, they were both young and they both had time to grow and mature. Nicole was the only one that matured. Richard stayed the same age. That's why I have such a big issue with this relationship, okay? Like, it's annoying. It's really irritating. Now, Chrissy has eyebrows, so the girl eyebrows look kind of like non-existent right now. But then that just kind of irritated me because while the episode was like that was the best option for her at the time period, I'm just like, why is she? Because I remember this entire episode was about her getting angry. Oh Jesus, that is not okay. But this entire episode was about her being angry, and then why she like calmed down because she was like, oh yeah, this is my family and whatnot. But like her family does not respect her at all. And then that's when I want to get into the subject of Miss Granny JoJo. I don't like Granny JoJo whatsoever. Oh Jesus, girl, that is not. Oh Jesus, no, this looks. What is this, girl? Your eyebrow looks drawn on. What is that? Anyway, we're experimenting. I don't think I'm gonna do eyebrows on the day of. So, Granny JoJo, I don't. By the way, I don't like either of Richard or Nicole's parents, like at all. I don't like either of their parents. But Granny JoJo, she's so disrespectful to Nicole. Like, she has no type of respect for her daughter-in-law, and I was like, you need to be thankful for your daughter-in-law, because I'm pretty sure there would not be another woman out here that will do that kind of stuff for Richard like she does. Like, she does not have any respect for Nicole whatsoever. Like, Nicole literally is working overtime to support a man that does not respect her whatsoever, and it's like she kind of gotten used to the fact that Richard won't change and Richard won't mature, so she just kind of has to deal with that. And that kind of makes me mad because I see she like gets mad at the kids when they're like kind of being rude to Richard, and I'm like, no ma'am, like, they have every right to be rude to Richard. Why do your kids act more mature than your own husband? But like, Granny JoJo has like no respect for her whatsoever, and it gets really annoying to watch because I'm just like, this is the woman that's supposed. I was like, if it weren't for her, you would literally have nothing. Like, and then, you know, the entire thing with Richard's granddad. I'm gonna be real. I actually like Richard's father more than I like Granny JoJo. And they're both awful, okay? But then also he's like a deadbeat daddy. But I do like to see that man doesn't really disrespect Nicole the way Granny JoJo does. Either way, Richard and Nicole's relationship honestly pisses me off. This got to be one of the worst fictional couples I have seen in a minute. Okay, I got to do a worst fictional couples list, but I think I'm gonna actually put a blog post about why Richard and Nicole's relationship like upsets me so bad, because I have lots of things to say. Now, this eyebrow looks fine, but this one looks a mess. Now, we're gonna move on and go into something else. Alright, we need to wash this brush because we need to use it again. Okay, ice cream girl. Okay, let's talk about Sarah. A lot of you guys had a lot of things to say about Sarah, and I completely understand why, because overall, Sarah's purpose in this show is to irritate you, and a lot of people stated they get extremely irritable with Sarah, and like, that's the purpose of her character. She's like supposed to be extremely annoying, which can be irritating. So now Chrissy wears blue eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be real, I don't think light blue eyeshadow is gonna look cute on me. While light blue is my favorite color, it's not gonna look cute on the captain. So we're gonna have to go with, what to do, like a green. We're gonna do a dark green, but in order for the dark green to show up, let's do like a lime green base on the bottom. I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just copying the beauty gurus that I watch, like copying Kenny JD. Now, Sarah, one thing I find funny about Sarah's character is that when we were introduced to her, this was around the time period that like the Amazing World of Gumball actually started to get traction, because I remember it felt a bit like a sleeper hit, because I know a lot of people didn't want to watch the Amazing World of Gumball because they didn't like the way it looked, and I'm part of those people. But when I actually sat and watched it one day when I forgot to change the channel, I really liked it. And this was like only when the first season was out too, so that's how I know it was a while ago. But it took me a minute to actually watch it because it just looked terrible. And I remember I went to school and I was telling people about how the Amazing World of Gumball is actually a good show, but they were like, ew, it looks like that. So I get that. We're gonna come back to the character designs later, because I see a lot of you guys had some hot opinions about that one right there. And I see that's like a big topic. I see that's like a really big topic when it comes to this show. So now we're gonna go in with this green, dark green, over the lime green. So it will show up, and I don't know, but people on Tumblr have been editing Chrissy with like green eyeshadow, and I'm like, does she wear green eyeshadow? And then I looked and I saw it was blue, and I was like, today it's gonna be green, because I don't know, blue, like light blue eyeshadow would not be cute on me, but like I think this would be much better. But Sarah's introduction to the show, it's funny because it's kind of like the writer's way of like making fun of the fan base, like say. And I'm not saying like, yeah, don't make fun of your fans, but it's also kind of like, while Gumball was starting to get a fandom and then all of that basic fandom stuff was coming up, it's like, let's actually like talk about how fandom culture is. And I'm pretty sure the Amazing World of Gumball, like other than that episode of iCarly where they went to like the fan nerd convention, I'm pretty sure it was like an anime convention, but after that episode of iCarly, I think that was the first time I ever seen anything in the media that was talking about like the subject of fandom or whatnot. Gumball is funny because it does play on the subject of fandom, and we do get to see about that and whatnot. So that's like what the purpose of Sarah's character is in the show, in my opinion, that she's supposed to represent like that part of the fandom. But our writers are like, yeah, you guys are doing too much, calm down. But then again, like I said, that is Sarah's purpose within the series. That's not gonna stop her from being annoying, because Sarah's irritating. She's honestly annoying, but then you have to remember that a lot of fandom people that do act like that are very annoying people. So Sarah's purpose in the Amazing World of Gumball, while she does irk me and she annoys me really, really bad to the core, I understand what she's supposed to mean in the show, because like the Amazing World of Gumball played a lot with the fact that it was becoming a mainstream series, because like I said, it was a sleeper hit and they realized what about the show was making it work. Because let me tell you, fandom is what makes stuff popularized, okay? And when Gumball got a fandom, that is when all of like, you know, the dough started to run in for them. That's when we actually started to get Gumball merch, because I remember when there was like no merchandise for this show at all. Like it was kind of irritating. Now I do want to go in and do like the white in the corner, but we're not gonna do that because we have to do the other eye. That's what Sarah's purpose is in the show. She's just kind of like the writer's way of like poking fun at the at not just the fandom for this show, but just like fandom in general and fandom culture and whatnot. That's what she means in the show, and that's one thing I really do like about Gumball for the most part, because of how they like, you know, capture like what fandom actually is. It is actually very accurate, and it's funny because a kid show did that. But that's the end of like Sarah. That's pretty much all I want to say about her right there. While she is irritating, I get why she's there. And sometimes her episodes are like really, they're like some of the like best written ones in the show for some reason, because we do get to see a more human side of Gumball and Darwin, because they're like, yeah, she's annoying, but like we don't want to be mean to her. Because you know, Gumball and Darwin can be very cruel sometimes, especially Gumball. So seeing that, it's like, she challenges them. But Sarah is very creepy, I'm not gonna lie, because that's another thing people were saying. Next, moving on, the Amazing World of Gumball is far superior to Steven Universe. Now, here's my opinion on that. I'm not a fan of Steven Universe. I watched the first season like when it was airing, and I just never went back. I just wasn't really interested in it all that much. I liked the way it looked more than the actual story. Like, I'm not Steven Universe hive, y'all. Like, y'all know we don't really do that over here, okay? I really liked it because I liked the way it looked, and then I liked the music, but like I just was not, I couldn't do it. Now, from what I seen with Steven Universe and how I've seen most of the Amazing World of Gumball, because there are quite a few episodes that I have not seen, but I've seen a good chunk of the show to like actually know it pretty well. where's the comparison? The only thing that's like really similar about the show is that they're not really like, it's about people in like in a place, like in a town, I'd say. Like, while Gumball takes place in Elmore, I forgot where Steven Universe takes place. That's how I know I don't really care about this show at all. But the shows, I don't see a comparison there. Like, while I like Gumball way more than Steven Universe, to sit here and say that Steven Universe is better than Amazing World of Gumball doesn't really make sense, because I don't really see much of a comparison when it comes to the actual like material of the show. Because the old, like, if you want to say which Cartoon Network show you prefer, you'll be like Amazing World of Gumball or Steven Universe, and I'll be like, yeah, easy, Steven Universe. And then just because I prefer Steven Universe over the Amazing World of Gumball doesn't mean that I think like one is better than the other. Like I said, I prefer the first Cheetah Girls movie over the second one, but I think the second one is a much better movie. Am I saying that Steven Universe is a better show or Gumball is a better show? No. But with the Cheetah Girls, like, I can understand the comparison there because it's like the same franchise. There's nothing similar about the Amazing World of Gumball and Steven Universe. So I don't really get that comparison, other than they're just both Cartoon Network series. But that's like the only thing I really see when it comes to that aspect right there of both series. They're both just Cartoon Network originals for the most part. And yeah, so I want to do like glitter and like the inner eye corner, so I'm gonna rinse this off and then I'll be right back. And when we move on to the next question, okay, this one, I completely agree. A lot of y'all were talking about how you didn't like Gumball and Penny's relationship when they got together. I didn't either. After, like, I remember someone actually said it, after like he broke her shell, there was nothing to do with them. Like, Gumball and Penny, in my opinion, you know how like a lot of shows where like it's like the entire show leading up to them getting together? I like Gumball and Penny when they just liked each other and they actually weren't dating. Like, that's one thing I couldn't stand when they actually started to date, because I didn't like how they actually started to date early, because I see this happen oftentimes in TV shows where when they put two characters together, like I'll take The Office for example, they'll put two characters together and they'll either get really like annoying and like toxic, and then also they'll just be really boring. Like, y'all know we be talking about like Miraculous Ladybug a lot on this channel. I feel like part of the reason they ain't put the main couple in the series together already is because they don't know what to do with them. They don't, because it's like certain characters within the show where you put them together, it actually gives them more to do, like they do with the with Nino and Ollie's character, as in the Amazing World of Gumball when they put Darwin and Carrie together. Darwin and Carrie were a superior couple. Okay, I don't care. They were much better than Gumball and Penny. Gumball and Penny were just insufferable when they actually got together. But we already knew about Penny's character, and then we also knew like Gumball's character, and we actually saw they had like stuff outside of each other. But with Darwin and Carrie, when it came to their two characters, we actually got to see more development with them. Where with Gumball and Penny, Gumball just became like annoying. Like, he was like the annoying, like kind of obsessive boyfriend, and Penny was like, yeah, don't do that, but like was like, I don't want to say anything because it might upset him. Like, it was irritating. Like, there are certain shows where I'm just like, don't put the characters together so early on, because it's obvious y'all don't know what to do with them. And that's what this couple is. Like, or they just make them really irritating, like a Jim and Pam. I think Gumball and Penny like should have like, what's a couple that I can compare them to? I'm trying to think more of like anime wise or whatnot. Gumball and Penny, I'm gonna be real, like, y'all know George and Yukari from Paradise Kiss, that's what they were given sometimes. Like, they were like, you can tell they liked each other in the beginning, and then when they actually got together, it was like, I can't do this no more. That's what it was with them. Like anytime it was like I found myself like not like changing the channel or just not paying attention. Anytime it was like a Gumball and Penny like centered episode. And I also really didn't like Penny's father. Like I understand him being like very protective of his daughter, but sometimes he could just be like really unnecessarily mean. But then also Gumball can be really, really annoying. Honestly, I think some of the worst writing with this show comes from Gumball and Penny's like entire thing together. I think the only episode where I really actually liked it was when there was like a love triangle going on with Tobias. We need to talk about Tobias later because this show just, they didn't know what to do with him. Honestly, this show knew what more to do as Tobias's dad than they did Tobias. Okay, somebody had said something about how they actually liked like the episodes that focused on like other characters that weren't like Gumball and Darwin and their interactions with people. I like those. Those were actually very unique to me because in my opinion, The Amazing World of Gumball is one of those shows where it has like this ensemble cast, but it doesn't, where there's like so many different people in this show, but we don't really know these people. And like I mentioned before, I don't want to mention Raga's Ladybug, but then also Descendants could have benefited from this too with Wicked World. I'm like, if you guys already introduced all of these characters, it'd be nice if we get to see other people within this, because a lot of people said they didn't really like these episodes, but I actually really did enjoy them because oftentimes when it came to Elmore, when they would have interactions with these people from time to time, they felt like strangers. But these little individual episodes where we get to learn about like the background characters, it's like, oh, these are people and they live in this town. I can see why they live in this town because this town's terrible. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta do this. I cannot talk and do mascara. We're gonna try. But I think they're very fun and like experimental episodes because they finally get to play around with other people that aren't like Gumball, Darwin, and you know, the Mae Watterson family. And then when we do see other episodes that do feature like the family interacting with these characters, it's like them interacting with the characters. We get to see them outside of who they are with the Watterson family. And then we realize that everybody in this town is just really, really miserable. Sad, ain't it? But I gotta strong disagree with y'all on that, but I really actually do enjoy those episodes. Now moving on, what is the next one on this list? I wasn't a fan of the constant songs in the later seasons. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is with like animation nowadays, but a lot of them are like big on like having songs within the shows. Like I low-key blame Phineas and Ferb for this, but like they realized that like having songs in the shows what's kind of like what sell the show and would get people to watch it. Because I remember when this is something the Boondocks was known for, where they would have like little songs within the show and they'll keep people like coming back because they'll remember that song. Like I Got That Thug in Love, a lot of people remember the Boondocks while they may not remember what happened in that scene. They remember that episode and might look it up. Teen Titans Go started doing this where they would have like music, and I like the songs in Teen Titans Go, but like sometimes it would get to the point where it was annoying. Animation nowadays really depends on music in order to sell like the series. And I don't, because Amphibia had a song, I remember Amphibia had a song, Wicked World, Descendants Wicked World had songs, Zombieland Saga has I messed it up, oh well. Zombieland Saga has music. Like a lot of these series out here have songs in them, and this is not like a new thing. This is kind of new, not really new, but like cartoons always been doing this, especially like anime. Anime always would have like music. Like I remember Jean-Michel Dormy has like a whole soundtrack, and then there'd be episodes where like someone's singing. And then I remember Sugar O'Hara, there was like a singer within the series too. There was actually two singers, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, don't watch this. Don't watch the whole second season. That's terrible, that show. But what Gumball was doing was like no different. But then they realized, because you know how people talk on social media, a lot of these people out here nowadays when it comes to them making shows, I messed that up bad. They want people to talk about their series on social media, and that's what the production team within the show did. That's why they wanted Gumball to have all that singing in it. And I did, because I remember the first song I think in particular was like We Enjoy It While We Can, We Enjoy It While We're Kids. That one was like the first song. We were like, okay, but then I remember one that was like a Usher, where like Gumball was like Usher or something. That one was funny. Like that one was actually hilarious. But then like the more and more that they went on, it got kind of stale, because I remember that was part of the reason why I ended up falling out with Phineas and Ferb in the first place, is because I wasn't really liking the music. Like it was just, I just couldn't. I don't know why. I just was really not interested in all that singing and singing they were just doing within the series. And Chrissy has on like this light colored lipstick. I hate wearing lipstick, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this rose. This is Fluff from my store, by the way. This is the lip gloss that I'm wearing. And what's okay. You see, it's giving watermelon. It's giving watermelon. Instead of like giving Christmas, it's giving watermelon. I'm kinda okay with that. I'm kinda okay with that. And that is basically the finished look. I actually really like this. Okay, I think I want to take my hair down, by the way, to see what it looks like, even though I'm about to go to bed soon after I finish recording. Your girl's tired. I've been up all day. All right, now what this, ooh, okay, bam, okay. All right, it's cute. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in any of these products that I talked about today from Dossier, I will have the links to them down below, along with my code and all of that good stuff. If you guys want to know other ways you can support me and the channel, is to buy me a coffee or buy me a Ko-fi, or just join my Patreon at Harriyanna. Okay, the links to all of that good stuff will be down below. You guys want to know what way you support me? I have merch at harriyannahook.com. As I mentioned, this ladybug bonnet is from my merch. A lot of you guys ask me where I get it from. It's from what? You can't get them from me. But yeah, get into it, yeah. Another way you support me, I have a web series called The Progenies. The link to that will be down below if you guys want to watch it for free. And you guys would like to donate on our GoFundMe campaign, please do that. We really would appreciate that. And last but not least, the last way to support me for free is just to follow me on everything at Harriyanna, HARIYANNA. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night.
Will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind.